Before we begin, let us take a moment to bring our hands together in veneration. The perfect teacher, the master, he is the guidance of our path. He who found the ultimate liberation that all human beings should achieve in their lives. He is the fountain of loving kindness and compassion. He found the path to liberation. This veneration is not only a veneration. It's also a pledge of allegiance that we make in front of Him, that we will relentlessly exert our energy in practicing our path. This is the obligation that we fulfill towards Him, practicing our path to attain the Nibbana. Reminding all of this, let's bring our hands together in veneration, the perfect teacher, the master, Supreme Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for coming here. Actually, now I can see anagarikas. Not actually real anagarikas, but to be anagarikas are manifesting in everywhere, every corner in the world. This is the sasana. This is the sasana, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sri Sambuddha Sasana. That means dedicating our lives to practice the path. Buddha Sasana means, Buddha Sasana means, ladies and gentlemen, Sabba Papa Sakaranam, Kusala Supa Sampada, Sachitta Pariyodapana, Etam Buddhana Sasana. That means you have to leave. You have to get rid of all the mischiefs, misdoers, evilness, bad deeds, bad activities that you do. And you have to exert your energy relentlessly on practicing the path to find out the true meaning of your life, to mend your mind, to heal your hearts. This is the Sri Sambuddha Sasana. That is what the Buddha Sasana means. When you practice the Buddha Sasana, that means when you practice the path, it's not only just listening to the Dhamma, it's not only just worshipping the Buddha. It includes all the aspects. That means we have to live for this purpose. That's what you're doing. Every morning you come here, and until late night you will stay here. Throughout the day, what you have been doing is actually dedicated. You have dedicated your life to the sasana. I mean, what an achievement that you have made, even though you are in a far, far away land from our monastery, the wonderland that I refer to, right? When you are still here, you are here in Melbourne, but you have dedicated your life. Now throughout this week, you came every day, you observed 10 precepts. In the morning until night, you live that life. You're listening to English sermons, Sinhala sermons, and you're doing group discussions, Buddha chantings, you're helping to people to arrange the Buddha Puja. You got a chance to offer alms to the Mahasangha. And you always get the advice. Get advice from Mahasangha. You live under the guidance of Mahasangha. I mean, what an achievement. What an achievement that is. I mean, that should be a target. Whatever the I mean, people are spending eons and eons earning things. Like they spend a lot of money, they spend a lot of time earning money. They earn money, they earn material wealth, they hoard things. But at the end, they all leave everything aside and they go again and will come back again, they do the same thing. Instead of going through that cycle, that journey, now you have dedicated your life to practicing the path. Now you are a son of Buddhas, you're daughters of the Buddha. I mean, I'm so happy to associate you guys. Rather than only like listening, like people who come and listen to a sermon, they're also doing something. But when you dedicate your path, when you dedicate your life towards practicing the path, and when you come here, sometimes you told me that sometimes you didn't have time to even wash your clothes. That's fine. Yeah. Because now what you told me is like you have dedicated, as a result of that, now you don't do anything that for your thing. I mean, don't you think this is called, I mean, this is the life of ordained monk. You're not living for yourself. Living for yourself is always mundane, always like it's so ignorant. You are a tree that's in this world. Imagine you are a tree. That tree doesn't belong to anybody. Tree is a tree that gives the fruit that it has to all the people. Tree doesn't have any preference to you. I should give this apple. Imagine an apple tree. An apple tree doesn't have an agenda to give only for some people. There's no separation for apple tree. Apple tree is giving whatever that it can give to this world without boundaries. Birds are eating that apple tree, eating apple from that apple tree. Even monkeys, if they're here, I don't know whether monkeys are here in Australia. They should be, right? We have no idea. Anyway, imagine that apple tree is giving everything that it has towards nature. Who are the components in the nature can benefit from that apple tree. But how about your lives? Now, don't consider these couple of days. Think about the days that you spent, like 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago. People are living for themselves. Everybody live for themselves. When they live for themselves, when they separate themselves out of the equation and then they live according to their agenda, that's where the suffering manifests. That is the root cause of suffering, ladies and gentlemen. That is the root cause of suffering. You know, when you cry, you say, I am sad, right? Or you can say, I am suffering. You would say, I am suffering. Actually, not I am suffering. I am the suffering. Can you see that? It's not I am suffering. I am the suffering. So ladies and gentlemen, think about this. This is so profound, like sentence. What is the difference between this sentence and this sentence? Somebody is being suffered. Suffering happens to somebody. But here, suffering is that body. When you realize that this is the problem, then you can understand, you come to realization that suffering is not something suffering. Suffering is there because of what? I am. That's why now you can experience, when you dedicate your life to practice this path, now you won't feel that you are doing all these things. And have you ever thought about yourself during these couple of days? Or you have dedicated, helping others. I have seen that you guys are helping others, and also like we have some program. Like in between free time also, you are doing merit works, merit activities. That's something. Like it's very important to do something like that. Because this is why you were born as a human being. Because now you have dedicated to liberate yourself from the suffering. Because when you liberate yourself, ladies and gentlemen, now suffering is gone. You don't have to liberate yourself, and then you don't have to liberate suffering out from yourself. When you remove yourself, suffering will be gone. Did you get the point? What you are saying right now, I am suffering. Right? When you liberate, you are trying to liberate yourself from suffering. When you come to the sasana, what you want to achieve is, you want to get rid of the suffering out of your scope. But when you come to the Buddha say, no, my dear son and daughter, it's not the suffering, it's not you are suffering, it's you are the suffering. Now you are not trying to liberate yourself from the suffering. Now you are trying to liberate yourself. Then suffering will be gone. You are trying to liberate yourself. Yourself means yourself. Yourself. Not yourself. Earlier you were trying to liberate yourself from suffering. Now you are trying to liberate yourself. I don't know whether you get these meanings. Yourself and yourself. Earlier you were trying to liberate yourself from suffering. So suffering is something, a ghost that you have. Right? You want to get rid of that. You want to get rid of that fear, anger, grief, whatever the hatreds that you experience. Buddha say, no, it's wrong question. You're asking from the Buddha, dear Lord, my Lord. Dear Buddha, please help me to come out from the suffering. Please show me the path to liberate myself from suffering. Dear son and dear daughter, it's wrong. What do you mean by wrong by? What do you mean wrong by? It's wrong because why? Your question is wrong. Liberate yourself, then you won't see the suffering. That means this is the problem. Buddha says, this is not the problem. This is the problem. When this is there, this will be there. When this won't be there, this won't be there. If you can get rid of this, then it won't be there. This is something dependently originated. Did you get that point? I am has to be there in order to manifest suffering. If you get rid of I am, then there won't be suffering. Buddha says this suffering is dependently originated. Dependently originated from this. If this is there, you are entitled to experience suffering. That means suffering is in the world because of suffering manifests in the world because of what? This. If you can get rid of this, if you can eradicate this, then there won't be suffering. Then you would ask me, what exists? That's an interesting question. When you go through this path, you will, whatever the consciousness will be there, ladies and gentlemen. When you attain Nibbana, that means you are not suiciding yourself. You don't suicide yourself when you attain Nibbana. Right? What happens actually, truly what happens there is, you won't feel this I am. You won't feel this I am. When you don't feel this I am, that means, ladies and gentlemen, still you will feel. Feelings will be there. Feelings will be there, but you won't feel this feeling, particular feeling. This is the particular feeling that you need to eradicate, get rid of. But you will feel. Feelings will be there. You can think. Thinking. What do you call? Understanding. Thinking. Feelings. These are natural processes. These are natural processes. These are natural processes. These processes won't generate any heat. It shouldn't generate any heat. These are very pure processes. There's no issue in these processes. These are actually processings, right? Thoughts, thinking means what? Some activity. Understanding means what? Activity. Decision taking means what? Some activity. Feelings what? You feel. Feelings. Thoughts, emotions. Generation of these things, like these processes are actually, they don't generate any heat, they don't generate any suffering, they don't generate any fear. They are so cool. Right? But we have to agree with each other that we have this, each and every individual sentient being has this concept, this feeling, that is, I am feeling. When you say I am, you are not referring like I am, like as a reference. When you say I am, that truly means I is here, that I am means I am. You are saying that I is here and doing something. I am thinking, I feels, I am doing. That means you are the doer. That means there should be a feeling. We can put another one is sense. Sensing. If it is a process, it should be INGs. Sensing, feelings, thinking, understanding, taking decisions. These are natural processes. Think about all the things that you are doing in your life, right? Will it can be categorized under this set. Right? The feeling, you feel. Thinking, yes. When you say I'm walking, right? Walking means what? You have a feeling of what? You have a sense of what? Walking. Okay, that is a sense then. All the activities that you are doing is actually sensing. You have given different activities a name, but instead of activity, what you are doing, what actually truly happening within your mind is sensing. Your mind is the department of sensing. It's a department of sensing. Apart from sensing, there's no other thing, isn't it? So these processes doesn't generate any heat. So you don't need a coolant, you don't need a radiator to cool down these processes. It's super efficient. Energy is being utilized 100%. Your mind is like an engine, right? That engine that doesn't heat up. Engine heats up. Why? Why engines heat up? Why engines heat up? Why do they heat up? Because of the inefficiency in their performance. When mind is undergoing through that inefficiency, if engine is 100% efficient, that means what? Whatever the input, whatever the energy that is being insert into that engine will be maximally used to whatever the purpose. Right? Then that means that system is 100% efficient. If your mind is 100% efficient, whatever the energy that drives the mind will only be utilized to perceive, to sensing, feelings, thinking and understanding. That means that engine, that whatever the energy that is being introduced into that system will be efficiently used, efficiently utilized, 100% for that purpose. When your mind is ignorant, means that when your mind is not efficient, in whatever your mind is doing extra work, if mind is not minding its own business, you always say, right, mind your own business. So you have to say to mind your own business. If mind is not doing its own business, whatever the business that it meant to do, when mind is going to do some extra work, right, rather than apart from the job description, right, then that's where that heat generates. That is the reason for that heat. When you're saying, I feel suffer, I feel angry, I feel annoyed, I feel sad, what do you say? I feel like I'm addicted to things, I can't stop doing those things. All sort of negative emotions, we can put it in this emotion, right? Emoji. Like you have variations of sufferings. I have put all your sufferings under one word, that is suffering. Fear, grief, anger, grievance, whatever the hatred, annoyance, whatever the despair, dejection, any name you gave, right? We can put all the things together. This is it. When you put all the variations of suffering, we can categorize as suffering. So, that this is the ultimate solution. If you can solve this problem, it's done. You don't have to do so many other things. Here the problem is, since people do not take the right pill for the right problem, now they have variations of sufferings. Now they have to treat each and every variation of that suffering separately. I mean, insurance companies that compensate fear, right? Meditation programs cools down the anger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is to compensate anger. When you feel guilty, you have to talk to other people. When you feel stress, I have met some people, they do support groups. Support groups, it's so funny. People who have stress, they get together. People who has anxiety, they get together. I know, you know what I'm going to tell you, right? When they get together, they support each other. For what, ladies and gentlemen? They nurture the anxiety. Oh, you also have anxiety? Oh, I also have anxiety. So anxiety is something that everybody has. So I'm happy about that. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this world is going insane. The other direction. It's like beggars get together and they help each other to get, to be rich. How can a beggar can help another beggar? No. A person who found an ultimate solution for this suffering, whatever the main root cause of the suffering, then he would be able to help all the living beings. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we say he is the master, he is the perfect teacher who cracked open this perfect trap that is this world. Truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, Buddha is against the world, isn't it? Buddha is against the world. Buddha doesn't like the world. Even though he lives on the world, right? He is the perfect teacher and he is the perfect master, and he is the master who lived on this earth, who walked on this planet, but he is against the world. You will understand this when you come through this journey. So I slightly digress. So let's go back to the story that we were talking. So think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Sensing, feeling, thinking, understanding, these processes are actually natural processes. These processes do not generate heat. If mind is 100% efficient, these processes does not generate heat. Whatever the sensing business cannot generate heat. But in the practical situation, in your lives, you have experienced that. No, Swaminatha, it generates heat. Your mind generates a lot of heat. That's why sometimes you are in tunnels. Like you are in deep rabbit holes. Sometimes you don't know how to come out of it. You are hopeless. Sometimes you are melancholic. You are hopeless. You go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and then nobody would be able to help you. That's what they say, depression. People go to the maximum. The people who are playing, the computer games, or they have this addiction. They are living. They have been hooked into that thing, whatever that thing. Drugs. Everybody in the world, they are addicted to something. They don't know that they have addiction. Addiction, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have a cure. We have the ultimate cure for addiction. We have the ultimate cure for depression. We have the ultimate cure for anxiety. Nobody should suffer from anxiety, depression, or fear, or grievance, angry. We have the ultimate cure, but that path is something that you have to practice. You have to come along. You have to dedicate your life. You have to unplug from the world. It's like in the Matrix movie. You have to unplug. You have to get ready to be unplugged from the world. When you unplug from the world, all the friends that you have been associating, they will notice that sometimes now you are not enjoying that much. And we are having parties, and you come there, and you stay there, and you stay there like a puppet, like as a scarecrow. They stay there, and we also get scared because of you. Is it like that? Earlier you were dancing with me, dancing with us. Now you are not. Now you don't. But you come because that we ask, because of that you come. We can sense that. So after some time they will leave. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. There's a place for you. There are people for you. Noble friends. These are the noble friends that live around the world. These are the Salvation Army. These are the people who understood this reality, and they are the Salvation Army. They, under their guidance, under their wings, under the Mahasangha, you'll be protected and you become the Mahasangha. When you become the Mahasangha, you will relentlessly work towards helping other people. That's why that Mahasangha, as Swaminathan says, what we are doing is mending minds and healing hearts. This is our job, mending minds and healing hearts. We are good fishermen. We catch fish, but we don't kill fish. We catch fish from the deep, dark ocean, vast ocean, where there are big fish, that they are going to eat those small fish. Even we are going to help big fish as well. Right? We are fishermen, and we catch fish, some fish, and we put into our small tanks, and we nurture them, we grow them. We give food and whatever the education and everything, we protect them. This is our journey. But the thing is, sometimes when we catch a fish, some fish say, "No, I want to go to that vast open sea. I want to be there, please, please, please. I don't want to stay with you. I'm not going to kill you, my son. No, 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 no. I want to be in the vast open." Okay, go there. We say goodbye. It's not something that we happily do that, because Dhamma is not something that we can sell, dear ladies and gentlemen. It's not something that we go, everybody, hey, there's Dhamma, come, listen in front of me, sit in front of me, listen to me. No, you can't do like that. When you practice the path, people will notice that something wrong, something different in you. When they notice that, they will come after you. They will ask, you look different. Who is your teacher? This is what happened to the Upadisa, the layman of Sariputta Maharatan, the great elder Sariputta, when he met Assaji Maharatan as a lay person, he went to that Assaji Maharatan and he asked, "Dear Swami Mahasa, you looked so different. Why are you like that? Why do you like this? What changed your life like this? Who is your teacher?" It will happen to you as well. You will become ambassadors to the Buddha. We all are ambassadors. Look at us. We all are ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. I can see now there are so many ambassadors are rising up in every corners in the world. No, this is 10,000 kilometers away from my monastery, right, where the wonderland I refer to. It's now building a small monastery everywhere. I really love this. And this is the Sri Sambuddha Sasana. This world deserves this. So, what is the suffering then? When mind is doing something extraordinary work, as a result of that extraordinary work, mind starts to feel this I am. Mind starts to experience a particular sense. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'm showing you I am. is also what? Not essence, but a sense. That is the essence of suffering. This is a sense, and that is the essence of suffering. If you get rid of the essence out of this, whatever the plate, right, then you won't have suffering. I refer to these feelings, this process. You are process. That process start to experience a sense of what? I, self. This is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is the problem. We have to fight against this sense. That's why Buddha said, look at this sense, think about this sense, see this sense, look at this sense as something against nature. Look at this sense as something against the reality. Look at this sense as something, a false sense. It's a false sense of existence, ladies and gentlemen. It's a false sense of existence. Look at this sense as something, an extra work that mind is doing to generate this sense. It's so funny, isn't it, right? Sensing a pen, there should be a pen. Sensing an eye, where's the self? Sensing a self, there should be I. Sensing a pen, there should be a pen. Sensing a flower, there should be a flower. Agree? Okay. Sensing a self, where's the self? Where is the self, ladies and gentlemen? Take out your body, eyes. Let's take out your eyes and put it in here, over the table. Take out your ears, put it over the table, and nose, unplug, and then detach all these, whatever the bonds, and release all your whatever the bonds in the body, and put your parts virtually on the table. Where's the self now? Which part is you? Now you will scratch it. You will scratch your head. So now I feel something wrong here then. Which part is you, ladies and gentlemen? Would you be able to find out something that you? Is your heart is you? Oh, easy. Your brain is you. If somebody would be like in future, if doctors would be able to transplant heart, then what happens? Transplant brain. Let's say they found a way to transplant the brain, whatever the brain. Then who are you? Which part of you you? If you transplant, if you transplant your heart with somebody, I know that you want to give your heart to people, right? You try to give them. It failed, I think, right? Have you tried lending your heart to somebody? No, that's what they call marriage. Marriage. It's like a porridge. You know what? Marriage is what? Giving your heart to somebody. Can you do that, ladies and gentlemen? No. You can't give your heart to somebody. Even he cannot give that heart to you as well. Then how can you share your heart? This is what you have to think. This is what you have to understand. This self, whatever the sense that you experience, is a false sense of existence. It's not real, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fallacy. It's not something the truth. Do you understand this? Whatever the sense you experience as self is not, you won't be able to find it out. Because pen, yes, can you sense a pen? Yes, you sense a pen, there's a pen here. Agree. But where are you then? When you start to find out, who am I? this part, this part, this part, this part. No. You won't be able to find out an I. Not I, but I. Now, this is the thing. This is also fallacy. Then how about this then? If it is a false sense, how about this? This is dependently originated because of this. If it is a false sense, and if it is something artificially created, if it is not something natural and it is not something, it's something that is what mind meant to do, now mind is doing extraordinary thing. So this should be an then illusion, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? If it is an illusion, then this should be an illusion as well. That's a good news. Stress is an illusion. Anxiety is an illusion. Depression is an illusion. Addiction is an illusion. Illusion means that it seems it's there, but it's not something there, really. But when you realize, when you crack open the magic, then you will notice that there's no magic in the magic. If this is an illusion, this should be an illusion because this is dependently originated based on this illusion. Try to understand this, try to catch this point. See? This is the reality. That's why Buddha said, look at this as dukkha, look at this as dukkha. Dukkha doesn't mean, ladies and gentlemen, suffering. Dukkha means something to get rid of. Something that is a fallacy. Something not okay. Dukkha means not okay. It's not there. It's not okay to accept it as something real. This whole sermon itself is actually fighting against ignorance. That's why I can't imagine what the Buddha's teaching is something like, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? You don't have to listen and go practice. When you are listening, you are practicing. That's why Buddha said, no, don't do anything. Sit and listen. Sunata dhareta charata. Sit and listen and then practice and comprehend on this moment. In this moment you can do this. This is what Buddha meant. So this moment is a practicing moment. This moment is a practice moment. Think about, now, I didn't practice this sermon. Before I come here, I didn't know what I'm going to talk about. Now I sit here, and because of your merits that you have done throughout the day, now you are earning something. And because of that, the merit that you have done, now all the other people in the rest of the world, they will see as well when they go online. I can imagine these merits. The power of merits, ladies and gentlemen. This is the power of merits that drives you, that shows you that, merits means joy, like doing some goodness to the world. Whatever the goodness that you are doing to propagate the Sambuddha Sasana, now Sambuddha Sasana, now you make Sambuddha Sasana, the Sambuddha Sasana owes you something now. As a result of that, Sambuddha Sasana pays it back. How Sambuddha Sasana paid it? By giving you wisdom, the truth. The truth shatters the mind. The truth shatters the joy that mind enjoys. Illusionary joy that mind enjoys. I am is an illusionary joy that mind enjoys each and every moment. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, even deities and even in the living beings, that in the great hells, not great heavens, but great hells, they also love to be there. Even when you go there, say, hello Mr. Sir, I'm going to give you an offer. I'm going to give you an offer to go to be born as a human being. Perfecto. But I love to stay here. I'm suffering, that's fine. I will stay here. Then he say that. Go and ask from a dog. Hmm? Hmm? I will promise you that I will make you a human being. Will you get ready? Will you get ready to be like that? No. It's like you're going to. Let's say I'm going to offer you like where to go to heaven. Hmm? But the first thing that you have to do is die. Would you do that? No, you are not getting that. You don't ready for that. Your death. As a result of that, you won't be born in like heaven as well. In the heaven. This is the problem we have. Because of these four senses, you want to stay there. There's a wanting to be in that way. We'll discuss these deeper and deeper concepts in next Monday as well onwards. I hope you will be there. No? You'll be there, and let's see. And thank you very much for coming to this Dhamma sermon. Thank you very much.